Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the outskirts of Birmingham in the heart of the Deep South. Today I'm going to be doing number 3 out of the box set, Coltrane. The Thelonious Monk box set, Monk with Coltrane. So this is going to be a review on this record. This is the third one that I've done out of a box set of 7, which comes in this very cool box set with a really nice booklet, which I'll show you here as we go. I'm going to give you a little bit of background to this record here, but before I get into this, I want to share with you a very cool Blu-ray disc that I just got a couple of days ago, and I've already watched it twice through, this new Porcupine Tree live. Closure continuation, live in Amsterdam. This is fantastic. Great sound quality. Sounds great on my 5.1 system, and I'm digging it. It's filmed very well. And if you like live concerts and you're a Porcupine Tree Steven Wilson fan, this is awesome. I mean, not much to be said. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know a lot of you out there listen to vinyl only, and I know some of you out there do like concert videos and 5.1 stuff. So I did want to show this to you guys. It comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD, and it's over 2 hours. I think it's about 2 hours and 30 or 40 minutes concert, and it's just fantastic. So I do recommend that. And I'm going to be doing a review of this Umphrey's McGee Anchor Drops album 4-record set. So just a little teaser for that's going to be coming up. If you're not familiar with these guys, they're very, very good progressive rock kind of jam band mixture, and 2 different versions of this album in here. 2 albums each, so 2 different mixes, an original and a remix. So I'll be doing a full review on this album coming up. So I want to, I love all kinds of music, so I do all these different types of genres and different reviews on a lot of different bands. So let's get back over to Monk though, continuing on in the series. This right here is Thelonious Monk with Coltrane, released in 1961. And if you notice, even though it's in a Riverside box set, it's on a Fantasy label. And Fantasy was a subsidiary of Riverside Records. This particular record is a combination of 3 different recording sessions. So you've got a session that spans April 16th, 57, June 25th and 26th of 57, and then July of 57. Recorded Reeves Sound Studios in New York City. But how they put this together. Of course, this is important because you've got Coltrane on here along with Coleman Hawkins, especially on 2 particular tracks that are fantastic, Off Minor and Epistrophe. But what's also interesting is tracks 1, 2, and 4, those were recorded in the studio July of 57. Then you've got tracks 3 and 5, which were taken from the Monk's music session outtakes. Those were recorded in June 25th and 26th of 57. And then the final track is Monk by himself on piano, which was recorded on April 16th of 57, and that was from the Thelonious himself session. So you've got music taken from 3 different sessions. However, it's mixed and mastered very well, so it sounds like a cohesive album when you listen to it. So the personnel here, of course, Monk on piano, Coltrane tenor sax on tracks 1 through 5, Ray Copeland trumpet on Off Minor and Epistrophe, Gigi Grice also alto sax on Off Minor and Epistrophe, and then you've got Coleman Hawkins on tenor on Off Minor and Epistrophe. So you've got, 3 saxophones on those 2 tracks, 2 tenors and an alto. Wilbur Ware plays bass on all the tracks, with the exception of the final track, which Monk plays by himself. And you got 2 different great drummers splitting the duties on this album. You got Shadow Wilson on 3 tracks, Ruby My Dear, Trinkle Trinkle, and Nutty. And you've got the great Art Blakey on Off Minor and Epistrophe. And so this lineup that you have on Off Minor Epistrophe is really a stellar lineup. Again, on those 2 particular tracks, you've got Coltrane, Copeland, Grice, Hawkins, Wilbur Ware and Blakey. And this was an important time, though, for both of these guys, for Monk and for Coltrane, because in the spring of '57, Coltrane gets fired from Miles Davis's band for heroin usage. And of course, Miles is trying to stay off that stuff. But Coltrane gets clean quite quickly. And his first stop back playing music is with Monk. And importantly, now Monk has landed this lucrative gig at the 5 Spot, which he gets his cabaret card back at this time. And he is drawing huge crowds at the 5 Spot. And really, the 5 Spot wasn't even known to be a jazz club until Monk got there, really. And people were lined up around the block to get in the 5 Spot to see Monk. So this was a big deal for Monk. And now Coltrane coming back and playing, who spent 6 months here playing with Monk. And during the 6 months he's playing with Monk at the 5 Spot, he plays on 10 sessions in the studio. Coltrane does. And he plays twice as a leader for Prestige. He does a Blue Note session, and he plays, I think the rest of them he's playing as a sideman on various bands, various lineups. But he's there for 6 months at the 5 Spot. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, there's no recordings made of those guys playing there with this lineup. Of course, later on, when we get to the 2 of the live records in this set, those are going to be from the 5 Spot with a different lineup. So it wasn't until the Carnegie Hall sessions, the recordings that were released later, that you would hear Monk and Coltrane playing in a live situation. So these are historical recordings for sure. The sound quality is great. I'm going to drop it on like I always do. We're going to listen to probably the first 2 tracks or so, which will be a ballad, Ruby My Dear, and then Trinkle Tinkle, which is going to be an up-tempo tune. So let me throw it on. And so far, I've been pretty pleased with the set. I would say that, these haven't been as perfectly quiet as some of the, as most of the acoustic sounds are. It's nothing to where I need to send them back. But I do notice at times just a little more surface noise than maybe on some of the other ones. So I do want to point that out. Again, I'm always honest with you guys with these reviews. So let me know what your feedback is so far, whether you bought the individuals or you've bought the box set. Give me your feedback on that. Again, they're wonderful sounding records. This is a beautiful ballad here. Coltrane, warm sax. Ruby My Dear here. And I like this record too because you have a nice change up in tempos. You go from a ballad into like Trinkle Tinkle where it's upbeat, swinging, popping tune. And again, if you buy the box set, you're going to get this cool book. It has a lot of great information and write-ups on each of these sessions and some great pictures. So if you're into that, like I am, the box set's the way to go. The only caveat with the box set is they come with these cards versus the jackets. So if that's important to you, then you can buy them individually. For me, I'm running out of room, so the box set works fine for me because it takes up a lot less room. And to be quite frank, I'm still building shelves and I'm running out of room, so I need all the space saving I can get. It's very nice sounding. It has nice depth to it. All these Riverside recordings sound very good in my opinion. yeah, so I'm really happy so far with the box set overall. Again, for some reading, for you guys that like to read, this Thelonious Monk biography here, very detailed. This is not light reading, a lot of great information if you want detail. More of a light read, though very enjoyable, is this biography. I read this through in just a couple of days. This one's taken me quite a while to plod through, but I'm reading it along with this Monk's music. And I also have another biography that's in the other room I forgot to bring in here. I'll show you on the next video. But this one gets more into his music and what musicians thought about his compositions and more into the musical aspect. So but in doing a reading on Monk, you kind of feel like you at least get to know a little bit more about him, because he's kind of a mysterious figure, known for his being very quiet, very mysterious, but you know, you learn that he had a great sense of humor. And when he got into conversations, they were usually serious conversations. He wasn't a guy to just casually talk about things for the most part with most people, but a dedicated family guy. You know, he wasn't a womanizer like a lot of these other guys were. He really stuck close to his family. And of course, Monk, known for his particular way of playing piano, and a lot of people, when they first heard him, weren't impressed with his virtuosity, which he was a wonderful player and learned from the Stride guys, and he could really play. On occasion, different musicians had said that they'd heard him just take off and play with great virtuosity, and he was just like, don't tell anybody, because he wanted to have his own sound and his own unique thing going on. He was very consistent at doing that. And really, you know, when we get to this particular period of these Riverside recordings, these are where he becomes popular. People are just not catching on. He's kind of doing, for the most part, the same kind of stuff, same types of compositions, his own unique sound. He never really strayed far off of that, even when doing standards and things. And it was just like all of a sudden everybody just caught up to him with this 5-spot gig. Really was a turning point, where the 5-spot wasn't even known for being a jazz club when Monk got there. And it was a huge turning point for him. That was pretty much after this period of 57, his popularity grows and grows up until probably the late 60s. So, but these are really important recordings for Monk. Next tune coming up, Trinkle Tinkle, which is, if you listen to this, there's a lot of kind of a complex chord changes on this and cool chromatic runs on this. But listening to Coltrane when he plays on this, he's just kind of dancing and floating over these chord changes, and it's a real fun tune to listen to. So I'm going to close out with this tune. Appreciate you guys joining me. I love playing these records for you guys and doing these kind of reviews. Really, you hear Coltrane coming into his own sound during this time, where he really appreciate you guys joining me. Give me a thumbs up. Hopefully these reviews help people determine whether they want to buy records or not. And I love hearing your feedback, so please leave them. Leave your comments. couple of other things before I go that I'll share with you. That some of the tunes on here, we have another version of Epistrophe on here, which is written by Kenny Clarke and Monk. He wasn't the first one to record it. It was recorded first by Cootie Williams' band. It was called Fly Right. First time Monk releases it was with Blue Note in '48. And this is standard recorded. I went to a website that you can put the song in and the songwriter, and it'll show you how many times other people recorded it. And it's over 200 times that someone had recorded Epistrophe. So, very popular standard. So, that's recorded here again on this album, which many consider to be a definitive recording. And of course, I think Epistrophe appears on almost every live Monk album as well. It's one of his favorite tunes. Yeah, nice sounding record, for sure. And of course, the album closes with kind of a unique tune taken from the Thelonious himself session. That's called Functional. That's just Monk playing by himself. And it's fantastic to listen to. Monk is a band unto himself. He could just sit there, and of course there are several recordings of him alone, and those are well worth listening to as well. There he is playing here. Great unique sense of rhythm he had. Very percussive attack that he had on the piano. All right, folks, thanks for hanging out. I've got, again, more reviews coming up. Please share these with others. If you like them, give me a thumbs up. I'm just here having fun and doing these reviews for you guys, playing the records. I'm going to do some unique albums that you may not know about. If you not your cup of tea, share it with somebody who you think may enjoy it. So I like to promote new music or music that's not as popular, that's good music, and I'm going to be doing that coming up. Although I'll be continuing this series, reviewing these box sets, this box set here in particular. So coming up, we'll be doing Monk 5x5. Be doing the 2 lives from the 5 spot, which will be Mysterioso and In Action. So those will be coming up. And then the Black Hawk. And I've got an original or an early copy of the Black Hawk that I'm going to do a comparison with this one. So those are all coming up. Takes me a little bit of time to put these together to give you guys the background on the album, and I like to make sure that I give you guys useful information on these records, the historical significance of them, and it takes me a little time to put these little sheets together that I can refer to when I do these videos. These videos are not edited, so it's just kind of me putting the records on and talking about them. And I feel that by doing that, it's just a better review. That I'm not going back and chopping things up and trying to make things look better than what they are or whatever. I'm just, trying to give you a straight up review and give you the background to the record and tell you what I think of the album. And this is a very nice sounding record. I recommend you picking it up, whether it's the individual or the box set. Shadow Wilson on drums on that. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.